It's officially been a little over 6 months of working on my basement bathroom, and I'm about to add a whole lot more days of work after my decision to rush the tape and float. And every day that I get delayed is literally costing me a buttload of money because 1, credit card interest, and 2, not having that basement rented out for that sweet rental income. So literally, time is money, so let's get moving. If you remember from my previous videos, and of course you do since you have watched every single one, I have already hung the drywall and did a few passes of mudding. I did enough passes to say I don't want to do this anymore, let's move on, but I'm gonna come to regret that. I wish I could travel back in time to tell myself not to start applying texture and to definitely not start painting until that mudding job is 100% correct. Let me know if you guys spot the ugliness of that mudding job before I even mention it. Anyways, it is what it is, let's keep going. You know what's crazy? I actually wanted to skip DIYing the texturing part, but I got a quote where they wanted to charge me something like $1,500 for applying orange peel, which I thought was pretty insane given that it's just spraying out a box of that topping compound. Look, I know businesses need to charge in order to stay alive and for overhead, but that just seems outrageous and I'll show you why. Before I applied texture, I decided to apply primer to the walls. I am not 100% sure if that's a necessary step, but if you know, then definitely mention it in the comments. After that, I made sure to cover the bathroom shower walls so I don't get any of that thing messy. Okay, so now I can move on to what apparently is a $1,500 job. I rented out this texture sprayer from Home Depot. I believe it was close to $100 for a 4-hour rental, which I think is all I needed. Then I picked up some of this topping compound, which was close to 15 bucks. I mixed until I got a creamy light consistency, and once the compound was good, I got a scrap piece of drywall to try the different nozzles the machine came with. I ended up going with the 6mm nozzle, which just gave me the exact texture I was going for. After that, I rolled the machine downstairs and just started spraying. Okay, next thing up is painting, and you're probably thinking, seriously, a sprayer just for that room? Hear me out now. This is a $380 sprayer that I managed to get for 100 bucks, so I could not give that up. And like every adult who wants to play with a new toy, I got excited and opened it up. But honestly, I think the roller would have been much faster, but anyways, let's get to spraying. I know, I have no idea. No, I have no excuse why my drywall looks that bad. Like seriously, I'm just tired. I wanted to finish. I delivered that. So mad at myself. Waste of time, waste of money. And yeah, I was about to leave it like that. But if it wasn't for my girlfriend that said, hey, that cannot look like that, I had to redo the whole thing. Okay, so after crying for about 2 hours, I went to mud again. This time I had a better plan, and I also shifted my mindset to whatever time it takes. Look, obviously I'm not a professional, so I had to find the best technique to get me some smooth walls, and after a bit of research, I went in with a textured roller and a large squeegee. I laid down a good amount of mud on the ceiling, then using the large squeegee, I went and cleared it all out. I repeated this a few times, sanding as well between coats until I got it looking smooth and not like a 2-year-old did this. Again, this was all patience after this. Lastly, instead of renting out the texture sprayer again, I got the texture cans, which were not cheap at all, but they got the job done. Moral of the story here, you can definitely DIY, just don't rush the process. Finally, I got it looking smooth. It was seriously a night and day difference. However, I was still mad at myself for having to repeat this process. But, I guess you learn from your mistakes, and never again will I do that. After that, I got my minions to repaint the room and got them to install the lights. I hope you learned from my mistakes. Please don't do what I did. But if you do, well then, good luck. That wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Drop a comment if you have one. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.